Hello, hello Pisces. Welcome to your November 2018 overview reading. And this is going to be good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Pisces. And if you don't know what that is, then look up natal chart generator on Google and all of your questions will be answered. Okay, so let's see what's coming up for Pisces this month. And while I'm doing this, go ahead, set your intention. If there's something you want to know this month, if there's an answer that you're trying to get, just go ahead, take a deep breath into the diaphragm, feel into the body, ask your question. And we will see what's coming up today. Okay, first thing for Pisces, we have less proving, more living. Stepping away from the need to sell people on yourself or your ideas, or like trying to, because there is like this really primal need for acceptance. Like it's a survival tool. It's a survival mechanism. We're social creatures. And so a lot of the time it is really hard to like just not care about other people's perceptions or like defining your, level of success by other people's standards. You know, it just kind of is something that's really ingrained in the world today. And so it's less about proving, really stepping away from that and just enjoying yourself and seeing what happens. Really redefining that for yourself is gonna have value. And then we also have clarity. And this is sea moonflower. So I think that November is really going to deliver a lot of clarity. I don't think that this is about you like seeking it out on a large scale. It just is something that's going to happen for you. Then we also have good things. Good things. Like what better card to have show up? Good things are really in the works. Good things are being delivered. Good things are cultivating. And you have a lot of good things in your life already. Remember that gratitude is what makes you magnetic for more opportunities, bigger and better things, because it communicates, I have so many good things already. And coming from a state of enoughness is going to really draw even more of that into your space. If you're communicating, I don't have enough, or if you're constantly affirming that it's coming in the future, okay, if you're like, oh, good things aren't happening right now, but they will in the future, you're actually setting yourself up for some issues there because you're going to push it out further. So it's about affirming it in present time. And then the word of the month, we have expertise. An expert may be required to proceed further, acknowledge what you've learned, share what you know, visit your own inner repository before you seek new studies. Okay, so trusting yourself a little bit more or getting support. That's really, if you're kind of wavering between those two things, kind of look at what you already know personally, and then if that doesn't give you answers, then seek an expert. The central energy for Pisces this month is the Strength card. Aquarius got this too. So it really is going to be a month where you can tap into your personal strength, personal power, your autonomy, and really just grounding that out. I also think that you're gonna feel I'm getting all these visuals of like you pulling all of your energy up from the ground, up from the earth, and it just looks like you're really well balanced. Like this is also showing up as a lot of mindset stuff, like really just focusing ahead rather than dwelling either on the past or too far into the future with all these possibilities. It really is about being present and aligned. That's what's coming up more so with the Strength card. And what's in your highest good to manifest this month? 10 of Pentacles. Okay, stability, prosperity. I think that this is kind of reminding you the sky's the limit with manifestations, especially when it comes to relationships, resources, support, whatever it is that you're needing. Really focus on dreaming bigger, right? Pisces don't really have an issue with that, but this is just kind of putting another, adding another layer to it. Like, make sure that you are really, really, really focusing on making your manifestations potent and thinking big. I also want to remind you guys that you can manifest things in the material, or you can manifest emotions or experiences, but you can't impact free will. So that's the one stipulation that I want to throw out there. So just dream big, dream big, dream big, because this is like the you can get just about anything that you want card. Advice for your energetic health. 10 of Swords. So this is about release. I'm going to clarify this one just to see what exactly you're releasing, get a little bit more context. Whoop. That wasn't, I did not set my intention with that card, so I'm not honoring that. I just shuffled poorly. Let me think about how to ask this, because it's okay. Child of Coins. And so this is about being rigid. Okay, rigid energetically. I think that you know, Pisces are really in tune with the collective consciousness and the dream realm. And so there might be parts of your beliefs energetically that are actually making things a little bit harder for you to navigate. And so if you can start to loosen that up a little bit, and see that the way you're showing up in situations can help shift things, as well as sometimes spiritual beliefs in particular, or energetic beliefs, can make you feel really defeated. And I think that's what's coming up here, because the Page of Coins and the 10 of Swords is just kind of that like super ultra rigid gridlock. And so lead in your energetics with skepticism and see what happens. Like, what happens when you challenge it? What happens when you're skeptical of it? What happens when you let yourself be a little bit more fluid in that? And you might be surprised what the result is. The advice for your physical health, we have the Fool. So get started on something new, try something different. Really, it looks like initiation in November. Like, just get started, take the first step, make the first move. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about having to take on all the other things in order to heal your physical self, repair your body, whatever it is that your specific goal is physically, or something that you know you need to do. It's just about initiating. It's just about that first step. Okay, and then what's shifting out for Pisces in November, we have the Star. Let me see. I'm going to clarify this one. Nine of Cups. So this is kind of about all those manifestations that you've been working on. Remember, it's kind of like you can dream bigger, you can ask for more, you can do more in terms of manifestation, but it's also like all of the work that you've already done that's kind of been working out behind the scenes. I think you might start to see that percolating at the surface and see things showing up. So to me, the Nine of Cups and the Star is a lot of this stuff happens behind the scenes. Like you can't actually see it. And so I think in November is really when that's going to start to appear. Let's see what the oncoming energy is. The Son of Cups. Okay, so this could be manifesting as a person, right? Like somebody showing up and either delivering these manifestations, or this person is in part the manifestation or is delivering an opportunity or something that you've been asking for. In the same breath, this could also come from this area. Like if you're skeptical with your own or your current belief system around energetics, then you might find that there's a new way to be, and that really emerges in November, where you're kind of like, oh, that thing I was doing to myself that wasn't working, that was making me feel stuck mentally and energetically. Once you kind of break that open, you're able to find more of your emotional healing. So yes, for some of you, it's going to show up as a person or a supporter, co-creator. And then for some of you, it's going to show up as your emotional emergence. But no matter what, you have the good things card. So I think you're going to be in good shape this month. Now we're doing a timeline. So if you're new to my channel, I do first quarter. So this is where you'll start November, second, third, and fourth quarter. It's about a week. It's not going to be totally rigid because it's time, and time is fluid. So just this is how you start off the month of November. 7 of Wands. So I think you're really rising to the occasion, like really able to push yourself and own all of those good things that you have going. And I think this, because ownership is the word that's coming up with this card. So that looks really good to begin with. And then second quarter, we have the Two of Swords. So not really knowing how things are going to pan out, like not having all of the answers, not totally having clarity. So you have the clarity card, and then you have the Two of Swords coming up. So it's like, I trust that you're going to get a resolution to this month. It's just that you can't like put your finger on the timing, so to speak. All right, so trust this part of things. Like you've been doing all this work around manifesting, you've been working hard. So that's something that you can really count on. And then third quarter, we have Six of Swords. So what are you moving towards? That's also, this is related to the Strength card, because I'm seeing that it's with the clarity and focus. This could also be where you really see some clarity pop up. It really is about you heading in the direction that you desire, heading in to the space that you want, heading forward. It's all forward momentum in November. It looks like there really is not any dwelling on the past at all. It's just about setting your sights on something and then knowing that you're going to get there. And it doesn't matter what your pace is, right? It's just about sticking with the work, being present, keeping your eye on the prize, like really being open to finding a new way to navigate. That's what this is pointing to right here. And then being willing to take the first step. That's what the Fool is showing you, especially on a physical level, like taking action, doing the thing first. So it's going to be a powerful month where you're going to feel this huge push forward. So that looks really good. And the Six of Swords is just showing forward momentum. And wrapping up the month of November in the final quarter, Four of Swords. So you might feel a little bit burnt out or like you need to take some time to rest, and that's okay too. This is going to extend into December. I can tell you that already. The forward push, I think it's initiated in November, like things are really, you're getting the ball rolling, or things are just organically progressing, and then you're going to find that it really moves forward in December as well. So this is going to be an extension, or it's going to extend. And so if you just let yourself go there, let yourself see it, that's really what you're going to be working with in November. And then we're doing a 3-card pick. So as you guys know, you're welcome to pick a card. You can ask a question, set an intention. And the thing with these cards is that they are technically love and relationship cards, but they're not limited to that. The advice applies no matter what. It doesn't matter if you are already coupled and happy. It doesn't matter if you have no desire for partnership. They can still apply to your relationships no matter what. So, first thing coming up is humility. I take a deep breath and release all of my desire to be right. Without right, what's left? A soft and pliable version of me that's willing to make mistakes, hear other people's opinions, and try doing stuff in a different way. In other words, I get to take a pretty sweet all-inclusive brain vacation. Some restrictions apply depending on the current tenacity of my ego. This is the 10 of Swords that I was talking about. So that is a direct card with that. Like, release all of the expectations. Like, that's where you might find yourself in relationships pushing or acting in a way that, and this is all subconscious, that's going to make your surroundings basically recreate what you expect. So if you cut that out, you're going to find a lot more on the other side of it. Okay, so card number 2, I'm a catch. I'm a total catch, and I know all the reasons why. I know that anyone would be lucky to be with me, and that doesn't mean I'm arrogant or snobby. Self-respect is just one of my many qualities exhibited by this complete and utter babe. Okay, so that also has to do with friendships, family. Like, you really are a high quality person to be around, and are like, what do you tolerate and what do you not? Okay, Pisces can be really, really, really tolerant and accepting of the treatment that they have. And so it's kind of like, even if it's not right. So you want to make sure that you catch yourself before you just kind of fall into that, I'm going to tolerate whatever comes my way. Okay, hold yourself to a really high standard and make other people match that. That really is the goal. And if they can't, that's okay. But you don't need to give them as much energy as you do or as you have. Okay, card number 3, we have teamwork. I'm determined to be a good teammate in all of my relationships. If we disagree, I'll resist the urge to place blame and look for a way to solve the problem together. When we're a team, everything is a game, and when we're on the same side, nobody can lose, not even the Cubs. Finally. Okay, so it really is about that piece of co-creation that I mentioned. Like, be open to collaborating, be open to working together, be open to that. And I think you might find that a lot of things can get done. Okay, so it's not like me versus the other person. It's really letting go of the competition piece and just focusing on collaborating. All right, so that is all that I have in terms of the reading. Don't forget, if you want to work with me or get a tarot spread, all of the links are in the description box below. And until next time, have a lovely November. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and following me on Facebook and Instagram. So have a lovely, lovely November, Pisces, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.